Thank you for joining us. Now we've got the women's singles, and it's a big one here. The 7th seed from Thailand, Busanan Ongbamrungphan, plays PV Sindhu, the 3rd seed from India. That is the next match up here on Court 1. Plenty of action, as we know, here today. I'm delighted to say with me in the commentary position, we've got the former Denmark coach, Stine Pedersen. And there's the ladder. The winner of this match will play either Saina Kawakami or An So-young of Korea, the 2nd seed. Steve, good to have you with us. Yeah. That was one of the big stories, wasn't it? One of the big headlines here. Yeah, you might be hearing the crowds certainly enjoying the doubles next to us on Court 2. The Koreans have been in action there, and I think they're just happy to have badminton back in Korea after quite a while.
Court 1, women's singles number 27 between Busanan Ongbamrungphan, Thailand versus Pusarla, Sindhu, India.
Yep, absolutely right. So great to see. We've been here in Korea for a week in the build-up to this tournament. All participants of the Korea Open were asked to come in a week before COVID regulations, and it's set us up nicely for this as the two players make their way out, Busanan and PV Sindhu. For you, similar kind of styles of players, these two? Long serves, that kind of thing? Yeah, big height advantages we'll see in just a short while. Now, when we talk about head-to-heads, this one is, they've met a lot of times, but it's extremely one-sided, as we'll see very shortly. Just there you go. Thus the one win in 17 for Busanan. What a record. Now, they just met very recently in the Swiss Open 2022, where PV Sindhu won in straight games.
Yeah, the worst opponent that Busanan Ongbamrungphan could face. There's no other player that she's got the worst record against than the former world champion.
The only win back in 2019 at the Hong Kong Open, where Busanan beat PV Sindhu in 3, 21-18, 11-21, 21-16. Boy, that would have been a special day for her, because it has been tough going for Busanan against this opponent, who of course has pretty much cemented a place as the number 2 player from Thailand after Ratchanok Intanon. PV Sindhu's returned to winning ways, having not won a tournament for a very long time. A lot was made out of that, but she did win the Side-Modi International and the Swiss Open. More on that in a while. Here is Busanan. She is 11th in the world, highest ever ranking, 168 centimeters tall. Just remember that when we compare that to PV Sindhu, 26 years of age, and she's from the capital, Bangkok, which is where the Thomas Anuba Cup, of course, will be played next month. This is her path into the quarterfinals, beating Kim Hyo-min in straight games. A much harder time, but a good result there against Wang Tzu-yi in 3. And her opponent, PV Sindhu, of course, 26 as well, from Hyderabad in southern India. She's 179, so that's a big height difference. Currently ranked 7th in the world, but her highest was 2nd, and that was almost to the day 5 years ago. And her path to the quarterfinals, all very straightforward for her, beating Lauren Lam of the United States, 21-15, 21-14, and another straight games win against Aya Ohori of Japan. What does that do to a player, Steen, when you know you've got such a poor record against?
It's tough because oh, that was a long serve. You didn't see that here on your screen, but in the hole, Busanan just launched a high serve that went way long of the back line. But it is really tough because you sort of got to find something that works in your favor in the next match. So here Busanan has to go in and say, what have I improved since Swiss Open pretty much 2 weeks ago? And, well, she probably couldn't have improved so much. So she needs to try something new, tactical-wise. But on the other hand, she's already lost so many times. So maybe they've already been explored, these possibilities. So it's really, really tough mentally. But one thing is important: she needs to get off to a good start.
Well, let's see if she can do that. Now, these two known for their long serves, and you made a point about how both went long. Actually, PB's just gone a bit long there as well, but this is where drift comes into play for you for the long serves?
At least they want to test it.
India. And on my left, Busanan Ongbamrungphan, Thailand. Busanan Ongbamrungphan to serve. Lobo.
Yeah, let's see how the serves shape up here. Didn't go long on the serve. Busanan with the opening point.
1 love.
And PB Sindhu gets her first point on the board. Quite telling for you with the serve so far, Steen?
Not too much. I just think she wants to avoid making any mistakes on the high serve, and it's not like Sindhu's attacking the low serve. This was a backhand switch from forehand to backhand, so it's going to be interesting to see if there's a plan to variate the services a lot and sort of keep Sindhu out of the return rhythm. This time
Service over.
she netted it, Busanan, but she's normally very creative on the front court. Well below tape, she puts small deceptions on all her shots there.
Game point 16.
Oh, completely missed that one. Sindhu.
Service
Where it
over.
landed, it was actually almost a meter short of the back line.
Well, Steen, you said if she was to stand any chance to overturn that very poor head-to-head, she needed to have a good start, Busanan.
I think so, and so far she can't be unsatisfied. She's ahead 5-2. One of the problems for Busanan normally is that she's not really a controlling or attacking player. She likes to play counter, but the problem for her is that Sindhu is just much better playing counter-attack than she is, and she gets an awful lot back when she's got this big smash. So I think we've seen her start out a little bit more aggressive than I would normally expect, but it seems to have worked in the first 8 rallies here. But let's see what happens when Sindhu settles in on courts. Good little deception there.
Beautifully done. Sindhu. Played that well.
5.
Yeah, she likes that.
5.
And she has drawn level here, PV Sindhu.
Stays well in, and I think we have a little bit slow playing conditions here in Suncheon. The arena is not that big, not too big, so it's not because of that. It's mainly the shuttles that are slow, and that's what we've been seeing pretty much since we sort of restarted badminton back in January 2021 in Bangkok. Very few tournaments have played with fast shuttles.
Perhaps you could explain that a bit more for those maybe a bit newer to about what that means, slower shuttlecocks.
5.
A bit at the tram lines on the back of the court, we have two little marks, and normally when you test the shuttles, they should land in between these two marks to be the correct speed. If we deem them to be slow, they would, when tested, land short of those two marks, and fast would land long of those two marks there.
Service over. 6.
So what causes this? How is the shuttle? Why would the shuttle be slower?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure I have the full explanation, but it's something to do about temperature, air pressure.
Okay, we're getting quite scientific, aren't we? So
yeah,
there is a reason.
I can't go closer than that.
So there is a conditional reason for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's well known that if you play in high altitude, the shuttles are faster.
Thinner air.
Because the thin air.
Yep. Yeah, she's surging ahead now, PV Sindhu. We've heard some players talk about the slower shuttles, haven't we, in this tournament?
Yeah. And that of course affects the strategy. Normally it suits both these players well. Sindhu is very, very strong in slow playing conditions. Can really use her physicality, and it also helps Busanan. Likes to play counter-attack and let the opponents open up first. Oi.
Oh, that was wayward, wasn't it, from Busanan?
Yeah.
9. 6.
Seems to have lost away in the last few points.
This is, it seems like a strange mistake here, but it's forced by the retrieval abilities of PV Sindhu, because Busanan, she knows that if it's not accurate, then it will get back, and that sort of mentally provokes her to go for the lines, and then she definitely overdid it this time here.
You need those sort of points, Busanan.
Service over. 7.
The coach is
9.
talking to her after every point at the moment.
Yeah, and that's one of the things with these 15-1 deficit in the head-to-heads, that one of the things you could try is to change the coach, and I think actually that's what Busanan has done, or the Thailand Association has done. They've just employed the coach sitting on the chair, Kim Ji-hyun, who's a native Korean player.
Yeah.
10.
fourth at the 1996 Olympic Games, and it's always valuable to see if she has new inputs. I don't think she was in Swiss Open. I actually called that final, but I don't remember whether Kim was the coach there. I don't think she was.
Oh, lovely from PV Sindhu. Gives a big pumped fist as well. Goes into the interval 11-7 up.
Out. Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Just saw Park Tae-sang there, the Korean coach for...
also Korean-born.
Also Korean, there you go. He actually was saying, wasn't he, recently, start going for the 300, start winning tournaments. He just wants to get back into that winning habit.
Yeah.
And which he did.
Self-confidence.
And that's helped, isn't it?
Yeah. And the interesting thing is that mentioned the coach of Busanan here, Kim Ji-hyun, also Korean-born, and she's just been employed by the Thailand Badminton Association. But the interesting thing is that she was the coach for PV Sindhu when Sindhu won her World Championship back in 2019. So she definitely knows the strengths and weaknesses of Busanan's opponent of today. Oh, that's well played.
Oh, that's inside. Fantastic. Very nice. Yeah, you mentioned there PV Sindhu with the World Championship in 2019. She's got the silver medal in the Olympics 2016. She got a bronze last year at the Tokyo Games. Very accomplished player, of course, PV Sindhu.
5, 10.
Oh, yeah, that was lucky. Busanan didn't think it went over.
Service over. 12, 8.
Yeah, a little gentle dispute there on that one. She has a smile on her face.
Yeah.
Well, that's very clearly over, isn't it? We talked about some of PV Sindhu's achievements. Busanan has won multiple gold medals at the Southeast Asian Games, bronze medals at the Asian Team Championships, and at the Asian Games as well, 2018. Uber Cup last year, part of that bronze medal winning team in Aarhus. Sudirman Cup as well, 2017 and 2019. She's a very accomplished player herself.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds.
5-point lead, 6-point lead now for PV Sindhu.
Yeah, she's lost 12 of the last 15 points, Busanan, so It's beginning to look a lot like business as usual.
11-6. Play.
And we talked also about, this is a good rally, this one. See how short that was?
Yeah.
Sindhu was almost standing at the middle of the court.
Which is again going back to your point about the shuttles.
I think so, but we saw also that Busanan, she played a turn on the low serve. She played that long, so it seems like if you are not careful and you play rather flat, you actually can play it long. Whereas the clearing game, it's difficult to get the correct length. But we talked about the mental stress for Busanan, but also the mental positive feeling you go into the match with when you're PV Sindhu, and you won and you won and you won, and you think this is a good draw for me. And the only thing you're worried about is I want to see if she comes up with something new. And then you start the match, and after some rallies you figure out, okay, there is nothing new, so let's just do as we normally do here.
Well, you made the point, didn't you, Steve, that they only met a few weeks ago, didn't they,
Yeah.
the Swiss Open?
Yeah.
The only thing that you can't
8.
change much in such a short space of time, but you made the point, the one thing that has changed is the coach, and that would be the X factor.
Yeah. But Kim has only started shortly with the Thai team, and it also it always takes some time to sort of see your players, how are they performing, what are the conditions, how much does the strapping on Busanan's right knee affect her. Oh, that's a fantastic save.
Yeah, what a save, and it's a look of incredulity from Busanan.
18.
When it's all going your way, it really goes your way, doesn't it?
And Busanan can smile at it. She knows this is going to be difficult. Perfect shot.
Yeah, no coming back from that. She knows it. There you go. It's a bemused look from her. She really is playing some good stuff here, isn't he, PV Sindhu?
19-8.
Last time they played in the Swiss Open, in the final, one of the games was 21-8.
Yeah, that was the second game.
Second game.
Service over. 9-19.
She got it back there.
My turn.
Yeah.
10-19. Change the shuttle.
It's a pity for Busanan, a little bit unsharp on the follow-up at the net there, but otherwise she did a lot of good things in that rally.
10 game points now, PV Sindhu. And that's a gimme, isn't it? Pusarla v Sindhu, PV Sindhu takes the first game. 21-10, very comfortably, Steen.
10.
Yeah, this was business as 2 weeks ago in the final of Swiss Open.
Almost a mass 70s, 80% she blocked. I thought she did. Because she really found control is read the body now. Never outside the basket, right? On the side and you say, next time you never say, okay, keep doing it. But I mean, never side in, don't side in, just inside body. Remember, that's just nice, ready to play.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
So very comfortable first game there for PV Sindhu. And that's normally a phrase that we hear quite often when she plays Busanan. So you saw some elements of what you liked there for Busanan's team, which was she tried to take the game to her opponent, didn't she, in the early stages?
Yeah, she did it in the early stages, and she had a couple of situations where she was trying to attack. If she can get high on the front court, play good deceptions, start to chase Sindhu around and hope that Sindhu can't get the right length on her shots to the back court, then get in with some attacks, but it's difficult for her. It's like the attacks are not really strong enough to hurt Sindhu, so too few times she gets the chance to follow up on the front court and put it away. But that's what they've got to try and work with. I think find some combinations that's working for them.
Big ask here for Busanan. Talked about those booming shots of PV Sindhu's, and there you go.
Too low.
Reminds me of a tennis player's serve, the opportunity that Sindhu gets there. She simply has way too much time to swing arms and legs and get a lot of power into that smash. So too much time from a Thailand perspective. There is Kim Ji-hyun.
Service over.
That was well placed, that shot there from Busanan.
It was a good rally. The last shot was missing for Busanan. She was in control here, but just like 60-40 favorite to win it in all the shots. She had difficulties sort of extending or enhancing the advantage in the rally, and in the end she went for a too difficult shot.
Had a pretty good start to this year, Busanan. 9 wins, 3 losses in 12 matches.
Yeah, 2 finals.
Yeah, 2
so
finals.
far, so that's what she's going to.
So it's actually pretty good, isn't it? It's
yeah.
just the fact that she's up against an opponent that.
Yeah, it's just too bad. Probably on to next week. It's an early prediction here, but it's backed
very
up.
early prediction.
It's backed up by the statistics.
Yeah. And the current scoreline already 4-1 up here. PV Sindhu. Yeah, Busanan won the India Open, and then, as you mentioned earlier, finalist in the Swiss Open against this very opponent who beat her very convincingly there.
Yeah, and I think the semi-final at Swiss Open, where Sindhu was securing her spot in the final, that was a repeat of the semi-final in India Open, where she played Supanita Ketong. Yeah. And the score was 19-all, and I think Busanan was sitting outside the court there cheering for her teammate, because that would have been a much better opponent for her in the final.
Yeah, they played each other in the India Open, didn't they?
Yeah. A lot of depth in the Thai women's singles department. We have an all-Thai affair on the adjacent court later today, with Ratchanok Internet up against Pompavi Chochumwong. So building up another good Uber Cup team, I suppose.
7.
Yep, we'll see them in action next month.
She can't score, Busanan, and she can't outrun PV Sindhu either. So it's dire straits she's in once again.
All that noise you're hearing, the Korean fans next door enjoying mixed doubles match. Well, in cases like this, Steen, would it be try to move around your bigger opponent, try to get her to, play some drops, slow shots? What would you say? What would you be advocating if you were coaching?
I would say to her that she's going to lose this match, because I think she is. So she needs to use this as match practice.
Oh wow! Okay.
Probably wasn't the first thing I would say, but eventually, after exploring some of the ideas and possibilities, I saw the match in Swiss, and stay in there, get good match practice out of it, see if you can get the right length on the shuttles, be a little bit more decisive in the attack, and then again, it sounds stupid because she has been decisive. She has gone for the winners. Sindhu made a fantastic dive on one of them, and 2 of the others were. It's just really, really difficult, and it's a bad matchup. That's well played. That's well played.
There you go. That's more like it.
Definitely support from Kim Ji-hyun.
4-8.
See, not a lot of time given to Sindhu, so that's maybe a new idea, and that's also try to get her to try new things, explore. Is it a possibility? Can we replicate what you did in this rally here? Can you do that in the next again? trying to find a way to defeat PV Sindhu, and in order to find that, you might need a lot of tries. So this is actually sort of change it into something positive. That now we see it once again. We get another chance here. We're not expected to succeed. You're not expected to succeed.
But that's 17 goes at it though.
Yeah, exactly. I think one of them was in junior badminton though, but she's had a lot of tries. But the goal is now to sort of start exploring, how can we do this? How can we, if we can't do it today, how can we do it in the future then?
Only 7 of their 17 matches have ever gone to the rubber game. So she tends to win pretty straightforwardly, PV Sindhu.
She takes it low. One of the things I would advise her is to take it much more early on the front court. Look how late she takes this one. Waits and plays it with a high trajectory, and that just gives Sindhu way too much time. So I think excessive time for Sindhu is lethal for Busanan. She's got to try and reduce the time she has to swing her arm.
Sindhu now, after being pegged back for a little while by Busanan, is up by 4.
That's good. That's not so good.
And she goes into the break here. PV Sindhu, again, very much in control. 11-6 in game 2.
Wipe the court.
Very well, so far very well. But little behind. That's good. Middle is okay. Service to receive also.
Yes.
One time first feel. I think it's good.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Well, if you just join in this match and didn't know anything about the history of these players, you'd be thinking the coach might be the losing coach at the moment. His wild gesticulations and plenty of, lots of vigor there.
That's true.
But she's doing very well.
Yeah, and I think actually right now that's one of the biggest threats to PV Sindhu if she's disturbed too much.
11-6. Play.
Had that a few times, hasn't she, Sindhu?
12-6.
That's such a good reach, Sindhu, so it comes back with quality. This was excessive quality, but it doesn't really hurt her, the sort of skin attacks from Busanan. This one,
that's more like it, isn't it?
Better, but she almost got to it, Sindhu.
7-12.
It wasn't really well placed. You can see it's in the middle of the right service field, the smash here. Yeah, she almost got it back. If she just blocked it, I think she went for a long. The block would have been sufficient.
Service
Restores
13.
That 6-point lead that she had a little bit earlier. A lot of work required here for Busanan.
Oy. That's a wild one.
Service over. 8-13.
Just in. Took a bit of a gamble there.
13.
It's all going very well for PV Sindhu.
Service over. 14.
And that expression
No.
says it all really for Busanan.
There was a little smile under the face mask there from Kim Ji-hyun, I think. I noticed how high Sindhu was taking that shot at the net.
Nicely placed.
Service over. 10-14.
That's well played. Oh, she misses it again.
The chance was there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
She had that.
Service over.
Oh, that is
15,
frustrating for Busanan.
10.
And it's not the first time it's happened, but I think actually that Busanan, now we shouldn't totally write her off yet, but if she should lose this match, I think when she leaves the court, she will have a better idea of what it takes, how her game plan needs to be to challenge PV Sindhu. I don't think she can do it here. I don't think she has the touch to play enough good shots in a row. That's what we're seeing. The last shot is missing. She's controlling the rallies, but the last shot is missing. If she can play 2 more good shots, then she might win these rallies, and that would totally change the dynamics.
16,
Are you seeing a slight,
10.
any discernible change from a few weeks ago already, perhaps?
I think she's trying to, from what I see, she's trying to steal time from Sindhu, trying to not give her time, trying to play flat lifts, try to avoid lifting high and give her the big smash opportunities. So it's basically a flat game match.
11-16.
Or if Sindhu wants to lift, then of course Busanan will attack.
Yeah.
But stay in balance and see if you can chase your opponent around with mostly without lifting. Well played. It's a good shot by Sindhu, the cross there.
Oh.
That was a hope.
Yeah.
But again,
Service over.
a rally where there's a lot of
17.
positive things
Yeah.
to take away and say, okay, you need to be better here. You need to get to the last one. You need to be aware of the flat cross from Sindhu, who changed the rally around. So we must expect also that there will be countermeasures from Sindhu if she's starting to lose more points in the flat game.
That was a good counterpunch, wasn't it, from PV Sindhu there. Who's now 6 ahead of her opponent.
Service over. 12-17.
This time she
That's a good shot, yeah.
managed the cross net drop there and made it a winner.
17.
Yeah, the last one didn't quite make it over.
No. And very often when you attack Sindhu in the backhand side, it will be a short reply, so she can run immediately Busanan. Outside the picture, little jumps up and down on the spot by Sindhu.
Well, the idea is there,
Sorry,
but the
sorry.
execution
Yeah,
18.
quite coming off.
13.
But I think she goes too much for the winner. Look at that, she's not moving. So this was aimed to not come back. Either it's a winner or it's a loser. And unfortunately, the chances are not 50-50. There's a much bigger chance that it's a loser when you have that mindset.
But these are the kind of gambles that perhaps you haven't seen so much of in the past from Busanan against PV Sindhu.
No, I have seen them, and they all go this way. So I want to take it away from being a gamble, and being a plan instead of playing the next shot and the next shot and the next shot again.
So it's kind of it's kind of hoping for the best.
She's hoping for the best instead of having. There was no plan after that shot.
Right, right. Two away now from wrapping up this match, PV Sindhu. And plenty of match points in the bag here for her.
20. Match point 13. Service over.
Saves one.
14, 20.
Sindhu was in doubt whether she should have played the last shot, and I don't think she should. I think it would have gone wide.
Fold.
Well, two in a row. She doesn't really get too many
15,
on a run. Busanan.
20.
She needs a lot more of that. She wants to stay in this. Gonna get a challenge right at the end of this match, it looks like.
Yeah, I actually think it's the first clear that we've seen going long.
Pusarla Sindhu
in this match.
challenge called out.
And I'm sure it was long.
You can afford these challenges at this moment in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very clearly out. Why not though, from PV Sindhu's perspective?
One challenge remaining.
Well, they've found the shuttle again, so we can continue the match.
16-20.
Long serve here.
Okay.
PV Sindhu continues her outstanding run against this opponent. It's now 17 wins in 18 matches against Busanan Ongbamrungphan, who really improved in that second game,
Pusarla
but
Sindhu,
wasn't
21,
enough, was it?
10,
And
21, 16.
she is looking desperately to try and get that second win against PV Sindhu. But her opponent just too good today, and she marches on to the semi-finals to continue what's been an excellent 2022 for the Indian shuttler. She lets out a yell there at the end, and it's a pretty easy win in just under 45 minutes for PV Sindhu, who defeats Busanan Ongbamrungphan 21-10, 21-16. Welcome back to the Palmer Stadium. 3 matches done already here on court 1, and we're into match 4 now. It's the men's singles match here between the 8th seed Kunlabut Vititsan of Thailand. He plays Jonathan Christie, the 3rd seed from Indonesia. Had a pretty one-sided match earlier. And then we see here the ladder. Kidambi Srikanth beating Son Won